Morning campers. Well, she's a balmy 7 degrees this morning, so I've got my hoodie on because I'm cool and cold. So look, there's the thumb painted. I actually had to shoot out and do a job yesterday. It was a bit of an urgent job. It was a septic dig up, and while I was there he wanted me to move some branches and crap, so I actually ended up using the thumb and holy crap did it work well. So yeah, so that's it there. The you know, that pin that I was having issues with, I've shortened that up, and I mean, she slides up really easy now. Now I've got some teeth that I made up yesterday. It's them there and these guys, and they need to be cleaned up and painted. I mean, they're pretty rough, but they're going to get beaten up anyway, so but they were yeah, pretty sort of chunky monkeys, so they will go like that. So that sort of turns it into a bit of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but yeah, so that's that. Now what I might also do just on the front here is possibly just put a spreader bar, more or less just to keep these stable. I'm not worried about getting the spreader bar getting beat up, because I can always just cut that off and replace it. I mean, I'm probably over engineering this, like I over engineer everything, but yeah, you know, when you break stuff you got to fix stuff, and I just get sick of fixing stuff, so stuff that's made under par. Now the other project that I've been doing, yes, my workshop is an absolute mess. Don't judge. I've been busy. This is the hitch off my tilt bucket. Well, tilting already. I have cut the sides off, the ears. Here they are here. And I need to take out 40 mil. So I was trying to sort of figure out the best place to do that, because this hollow here actually sits in there, and that accommodates that actually accommodates the what do you call it, the ram, the tilt rams. So I need to bring those in to, where's my mark there, and tack those on, and I may put some gussets on the outside just to keep them happy. And so yeah, so I need to take that section out, shorten that up, weld that back together. That's still leaving me a fairly good hollow. I can it's going to end up over here, so I can sort of scarf that out a little bit if I need to. I don't think I will. I mean, I'll try it on the bucket when I do it, but where the ram sits, it's sort of almost off center a little bit, so I should be good with that. So yeah, so we'll do that. We'll give it a new coat of paint, because it's been a couple of years since it's had one, and make it look shiny. Also need to weld on those hose carriers, which I've got 2 of here, because the other ones were pretty short, and not sure where I'm going to weld those on just yet. Possibly that's the front, so I may end up even possibly like that, but I don't know, we'll figure that out in the interim. So alright, so we'll get the thumb done first, and so it's a bit of a weldy day. Getting quite sick of welding, to be honest. I tried some stick welding the other day, but I think these might be damp. They just weren't arcing, so yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is. They feel dry, and they haven't got wet, so I'm not sure, or it could be an issue with the welder, I don't know. I mean, I found this welder to be fantastic, actually. It's 160 amp weld tech. It's an inverter, so it doesn't sort of blow your power supply out the window. But yeah, so alright, so we'll get that done. And then I've actually got a job where I need the thumb again, moving some pretty big slabs of concrete and whatnots. So yeah, get to work. Alrighty, well, there it is. They're burned on, and quick lick of paint for it to fall off as soon as I hit the dirt. So that is the thumb complete, and thank God. It's been a fair whack of a project, but to explain the process of it and the time, I mean, you'll see it's sort of been done over, if you looked at the date stamp, it's been done over the course of 3 days or 4 days. And reason being, I mean, you know, I only get sort of, you know, a decent sort of crack of a few hours a day, or maybe four or 5 hours a day, and then, you know, I've got other stuff to do. So I mean, yesterday I only got 2 hours. So yeah, but anyway, the whole process of it was cut the outside out, cut these flat bars, cut the teeth, fabricate the cross member there, cut and drill these brackets to shape, make the pins, drill the pins, put ends on the strut. The angles on this were, you know, they were really fun. There's that top end I was talking about, with the you know, collar the same as all the others, and just things like that, like cut that off, you know, trim that pin back, drill a hole in it, and on this side made it sort of like the rest, where, you know, they've got the grease nipple on the end. So if anyone's drilled 4140 steel, they'll know it's an absolute bitch to play with. You've got to keep your bit sharp and slow and well lubricated. Sounds like a Barry White video. Anyway, yeah, I've drilled down probably about 150 and tapped the end of it, drilled a hole in through the pin, and then given a bit of a hollow. Actually, I'll show you what I mean. Is like him. So you can see that's got a hole in there that comes down from the end. Trying to get some light. I'll go outside. There you go. And then that goes down through to those two pins. Now, I obviously didn't have a drill bit long enough to get down through there, but the spiral that's in here is more than well enough to get the grease through, and the grease is coming through real nice. That's my grease. So yeah, so that's that there. So just things like that, that pin took like an hour and a half to get that in. You know, things like just fabricating down so that it doesn't hit on the ears, or doesn't hit on here, or, you know, things like that. There's so much planning that goes into it. So I mean, you can sit down and figure out on bits of paper all you like, but until you start fitting stuff, I mean, this thumb has been, I've knocked this pin in and out probably about 15 times. You know, trial fitting, take it off, you know, weld a bit, grind a bit, put it back on, blah 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 blah. So anyway, there it is. I'm really stoked with it. This bracket here actually came off an old trailer spring hitch, a trailer that I cut apart at some stage, and I just put these gussets on just to give it a bit of boogie, and I was really happy with that. Came out really quite nice. So and you know, plenty of balls in that, so shouldn't be an issue there. So there it is. So I'll get on to that tilt bucket now and get that squared away, and we'll sort of go from there. Funny how the truck leans over when you got the bucket over the side. Yeah, good fun. So anyway, I'll pull that back up on the top, but yeah, alright, well thanks for watching that. I hope you enjoyed the videos, albeit quite long. Oh, that was the other thing I did. I put the rubber in there just to stop when it's up. It just stops banging on there. I don't like rattles. Rattly stuff bugs me. So anyway, alright, thanks for watching. Okay, on to the next one. Alright, after some grinding and some welding and some welding and some grinding and some welding, we've got the hitch all sorted. Paint's just drying. You know, if you put enough paint on your welds, they look good. But I didn't really worry about putting gussets in. I think that's, I mean, the pins are going to hold it. You know, I think it's going to be fine. So had it with my welder for a while. Quite tired. Alright, there it is. Thanks for watching. Get to work. Yeah.